All right. Hey guys, good to see you. So excited about this call tonight. Anyway, I want to start off by asking if any of you have team members that we can encourage. I'd love for you guys to pop on here, so just unmute yourself. But any team members that we can maybe all reach out to encourage, and I would love to like write down their names so that I can send them a little message. For anybody on your team that is going for Express Track to SC. So anybody want to share? Someone that's going for that? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Also,
Okay.
I have two team members that are going for Express Track. I mean, for you already know these, but for everybody else, I have Kara Gentry. She's working hard on that. And then Lindsay, she's my sister-in-law. She's also going for Express Track. Well, they're both kind of far away, but there's a lot that can happen in the next however many days, 11 days that we have left. So we're still pushing for that, and they're excited and they're working hard. So I'm excited for them.
How fun is it, the momentum that it's created, like regardless of what happens, right?
Right. It has created so much momentum, you guys. I mean, last month we raised our pay line by over 1,000 points. And it was a lot. There was a lot of stuff that happened because they were going for this. So we got one person back in qualification, and Lindsay's closer to being qualified than she's ever been, I think.
I think maybe only once she was closer.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's creating a lot of really good momentum, and I think it's also just creating excitement about their business again. And so both of them have said, even if they don't make it, you know, like we know we have a lot of work to do and we're still going to work hard on it. But even if we don't make it, we are still excited about what this is doing for our businesses. So I think that's really fun.
I love that. It's so great. And they both have this whole new fire about them that was not there before this came out. So I love that. Anybody else? Roxy, I will tell you, we just had a talk on the Fast Track to SC call, and I really encouraged them, and Nancy and Terry were both on, and so encourage both of them to just, you know, run right on through that finish line. And even if it looks crazy, like we're not really sure, because they're like, we really want to, but we're really not sure. And I said, you guys need to go for it. So we really talked about the importance of running through that finish line, and you don't have to know how it's going to happen. You just have to know that you're not going to back down, or you're not going to like let off the pedal until we get done with qualifiers day. So
yeah, we've been chatting about it back and forth, and Nancy's going for it, which is exciting because she's got enough team under her that I think we could make it happen. But I know Terry's excited and helping her, but I think it's also bringing a little bit of disappointment to Terry that she's only got one leg and she's about to pass her. So trying to coach through that is definitely a struggle, right, especially being my mother-in-law. But she's being a good sport about it, and of course she wants to see Nancy succeed, but we're trying to get her some more reps so that we can help her do it at the same time.
Well, so she doesn't have any other DDs then? So Nancy's it?
Nancy's her only rep.
Okay. But think about the fact that that's way easy. Like, she's got a way easier deal because she already did she already has a VF. So what I've been coaching, and you guys, I wanted to tell you this too, this is part of what I wanted to say, is I probably talked to 6 people somewhere on our team this week where I reached out to people where I was like, hey, are you going for this? What are you thinking? And a couple of them were like, yeah, but I feel like I'm kind of far away. And then when I was able to just kind of like be separate eyes and look at it, I was able to be like, do you realize though that this is really all you need? And and it was really cool to have some people be like, okay, like I'm fired up again. And in their mind, it feels far, but some of these are newer girls, and one of them's frontline to me, and then the other one is frontline to her. So it's just kind of like 3 of us in a row. And it was funny because you guys, you want to know what they both need? This is a little bit crazy to me. They feel like it's far, but again, I think it's just because they're new. One of them only needs a DD and 5, she needs all 5 new orders, but she's got some people that are coming to the Freedom Revolution that we're doing tomorrow night. I'm like, 5 orders for you to get is like, you could totally do that. And I'm like, you just need 1 DD. Well, the other girl, she has all her structure, all her points. All she needs is 4 new orders. I'm like, and in her mind, she's like, I just don't know. I'm like, wait a minute. You just don't know. Well, I know this is totally happening. So you just need to go get those orders, bottom line. So I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys. to reach out to those people, because even if it feels far, you just never, ever know. But the momentum that is created, and we talked about this before too, is like whether you do it or not, your momentum that you're going to create in this whole period of going for this goal is going to propel your business so much further forward, because you're doing and I see that for sure with Allie's girls. I mean, they are like on a mission to do this, but again, even if it doesn't, they recognize that like they have put in some different effort and some more effort than they had before. And so that's pretty exciting. And so it's fueling them instead of, just making them feel like, I just don't really know. So my encouragement to each of you is reach out to those people, even if it feels like you don't have a lot of time, because you just never know. And that's our job anyway, to help cast that vision. And also as leaders, because all of you are leaders, whether you realize it or not, right? You guys are sales coordinators, and you guys are, you have built some team underneath you. And here's what I want you to know is the fact that you are that. People are watching you, and you are also the dream keeper for your team. So I know that kind of feels like a little bit of a responsibility, but I think that's one of the coolest things that we get to do, because we get to say, hey, I see you. And hey, I know that you're going for this, and I know you don't know really how it's going to happen, and I get it. I didn't really know how it was going to happen for me, but I know that you can do this, and I'm right here. Let's do this together. And so I think that when we can come alongside them and just remind them of that, it's almost like one of those moments, where you like grab your kid and you just kind of like hold their face and make them look at you, and you're like, I see you, and I know that you have these gifts and abilities, and I just think that's one of those times where we can do that same thing for our team. So, okay, there's that. Let me see here, because I have a whole little page of notes of what I want to go through. Running right through the finish line, I talked about that. Okay, here's another thing. I want to encourage each of you, again, as leaders, reaching up to your upline if there's anything at all that you need. And here's the other piece that you need to remember. And it doesn't make sense, but it's just how it is. And the sooner we all realize this, the better it just kind of goes, is that sometimes you can say the most perfect, like you're like, wow, that was actually really good. And you say the most perfect thing to your downline. They do not hear it until they hear it from someone else. And I don't really get what that is. But I think the only thing I can equate it to is it's like when you have teenagers and they don't listen to any darn thing you say. And then they tell you, literally Sarah said this to me one time with her brothers all at the table. She's like, hey, Mom, I hope you know that none of us listen to anything you ever say until someone else tells us the same thing. And I was like, well, this is awesome. Like, what the heck? And so or like sometimes you'll have a team member that'll come to you and be like, oh my gosh, that talk of like, have you ever had this happen at conference or something? And they'll turn and look at you and they'll be like, that was brilliant. I've never heard that before. And you're like thinking, I think I've said that like 487 times, but they just don't get it. So just know that that's normal and it's okay. And it doesn't mean you're not doing a good job. You are doing a great job, but they need to hear it from someone else because it just makes them believe you more. And then it makes you look even smarter too. So it's kind of like a win-win. So my point about all that with the stories and everything was to say, plug your people into your upline. So get some three-way calls on the calendar, almost like take yourself back to the days for those of you who've done Brave Leaders. I would say like fill up your calendar with your upline, get some people on the phone with them and utilize them. Also utilize the resources that you already have because we've got a lot of great resources, right? Okay, so conference. If you guys did you all see the team call we did, not this week, but the week before about conference? Raise your hand if you saw it. Oh, good. I think everyone saw it. Okay, hopefully Casey saw it. I know Brad was on. Anyway, so that is so good. Here's my homework assignment for you guys. This is your homework. Get that video and if you just click on it, you can copy and paste the link, so you don't have to just tag them in Facebook. You could do that too. But I'm going to encourage you to literally copy and paste that link and send it to every one of your team members and just be like, I just want to make sure you saw this video and I'd love to know your thoughts. Okay? Because again, even conference, they hear us say that stuff all the time. They hear you guys say it. They even hear us say it. But how many of you will say that having Jeanette Vitruba and Carrie Bremmett on our call yesterday probably made, like how many of you know that it probably made people think about conference differently because it was someone totally outside our team, right? It's kind of how it goes. So I would encourage you guys to make sure that they check out that call. Also, did you guys all hear, and Shooting Stars, I left a Voxer a few hours ago. that I am doing a Freedom Revolution Zoom tomorrow night. Allie is sharing her story, Alejandra is sharing her story, and Danette Blair is sharing her story, and me. And we're going to, I think it's just the 4 of us. I may have one more person do business story on there. But we're going to have us do a Freedom Revolution Zoom, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on this Zoom number. So just the normal Shooting Star Zoom number. And I just wanted you guys to know that please feel free to invite to that. This is pretty cool because we just planned this Monday night. Alejandra reached out to me. Oh, thank you, Allie. No, I need to do that. It's been a crazy day, but as soon as I'm done with this, I promise, before I do anything else, I'm going to make myself a flyer, okay? Brad, if I come downstairs, send me back up to work on it, please. Okay, so here's the deal. So Alejandra reaches out to me, and she's like, and this was like really good for me to remember, like events are so important. We all know that, but she messaged me, and this girl loves Freedom Revolution Zooms. And she made a message the other day for her team, and she's like, you all, this is the best thing you can do for your business is these Freedom Revolution Zooms. Like, I've never seen anyone more passionate about Freedom Revolution Zooms as this girl. But she is in Florida, and we don't live near each other, and that's just what she loves to do. We planned this Monday night, so then yesterday I decided, I'm going to open this up to everyone. And so then, anyway, so I started kind of announcing at places. Here's the cool thing is that she messaged me this afternoon, so she's known about it for, 36 hours or something, and she's like, I'm so excited I have 14 confirmed, and I'm like, what the heck? So just know, you guys, it doesn't take a lot of time to do that, but I want to encourage you to do that. So these team members of yours that are going for Express Track SC, plug them into this and make sure that they're inviting people to it. Or for you, and you're trying to hit POB, or you are trying to qualify your business or whatever it is, then I just want to also give you that encouragement to plug into this. And, it's like a free event. You don't even have to do anything except get people there. Yes, Allie, you're right. So she is the one that offered free samples for anyone that got on her call. And it's a great idea. She actually read a book that Eric Johnson from Teamsy wrote. I didn't even know he wrote a book, but he wrote this book. And one of the things he talked about in there was incentivizing people for getting on a call or for listening to something. And so what she said is, hey, if you guys get on this call, I would love to give you a free sample. And what was interesting is he had all this like psychology behind it. And so she loved that part. Hi, Kaylin. So she loved that part. But the psychology behind it is he basically said, if you just go on your page and are like, hey, I've got free samples, how many of you know that sometimes that doesn't work? Like, it used to work, and I feel like if you do it now, people just like ignore it and no one likes it or comments, and you're like, what the heck? I'm offering to give free samples and nobody wants it. But there's something about if they have to kind of have a buy-in, if they have to have they have to do something for it. So when she said, if you do this, I'll give you this, and she had people coming out of the woodwork, and I think she did it again for this. And so they all want to sign up to do this because they realize they're getting some value for it, which is a little crazy. Oh, and she's giving them the cookbook. Again, the cookbook is free. We all know that. They don't know that. And so she's not doing anything like, what's the word? She's not, being shady or anything. She just is saying, hey, and you're going to get this awesome free cookbook. And so to them, they feel like, wow, I'm really going to get some value. Sure, I'll come and check this out and learn a little bit about what you're up to. And so she's gotten some reps, and she's gotten quite a few things because we've done these freedom, like really almost everything has come from these Freedom Revolutions that we've had. And she's the one that's only 4 orders away from her Express Track to SC. So pretty exciting. I know, so fun. Okay, okay, sorry, I'm like making sure I get through all this stuff. So conversations. Okay, this is the thing I was talking about. I'm going to send you guys the recording. Allie, I don't know, were you on the mastermind call on Monday, Allie? Did you get to hear it, or Sue? Okay, so.
I was on it.
Oh, you were on. Okay, wasn't that an amazing call?
It was. I'm going to listen to it again, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little snapshot of what's in your future. So if you are not already in POB, this is something you have to look forward to. So Jennifer Myers has this thing called a mastermind group, okay? And she does this every other week. So twice a month, you get to be a part of her mastermind call. So you get on a call that has training with Jennifer. It used to be you had to be a senior sales coordinator to get invited to this. And I literally still remember the day that I got invited to this. And I literally felt like I have arrived. I'm on Jennifer Myers' call. Like, this is totally insane. I was like so stinking giddy and nervous because I felt like I was going to throw up when she made me introduce myself. So that just goes to show you that you can kind of like, this business grows you as you go. But I literally, she just made me say my name and I was like I can't talk. It's Jennifer Myers. Okay, so anyway, now she changed it. You don't have to be an SSC, but you're an SC. in POB and you're in that group. If you guys are in POB and an SC and you're not in that group, please let me know after this. But she did this call on Monday that was so powerful where literally she talked about the power of conversations. So I know we know all this stuff, but I just wanted to kind of share some of this because I think it's so powerful. So she talked about how some of, let's see, what does she say? They're the best calls. They motivate me to stay in POB. Her trainings are amazing. And I love that combined with Nyla's team. Yeah, and Nyla is Jennifer Zeppelin, if you guys don't know. I saw her name on my phone. I thought the same thing. I jumped, and it was Brittany for my free conference ticket. Oh, that's so cute. You thought Jennifer was calling. You got so excited. That's awesome. Well, these calls really are great, and it's just fun to get that time with Jennifer. So I really encourage you guys to make those a priority. So here's the thing. She talked about some different stories. So I'm going to tell you guys, Allie, yes, get your butts in POB and join us. Those calls are so awesome. So here's what's really cool is she shared some stories, and I'm not going to do it the same as Justice, but I'm going to touch on a couple of them because it'll make you be like, I want to go listen to that call. So I will share tonight the recording. I'll post it in the Rising Leaders group so you guys can catch it. But one of the things that she talked about is like literally being ready at all times to talk to someone about our business. So you guys all know what 3-footing is, right? Raise your hand if you know what 3-footing is. Okay, so everyone knows what that is. Okay, but she talked about specific examples, and I loved this. So do you know that 2 of her national marketing directors, and I won't give this all away, but I thought it was cool, and it'll still be cool when you listen to it, but 2 of her national marketing directors, you guys, they had responded to an ad that Sean and Jennifer put like in the paper or wherever they put it for an administrative assistant. 2 of those people then became NMDs. Like, how crazy is that? So Kelly Arter was one, but the funny thing is she answers this ad. She goes and meets them, and Kelly Arter, I will say, is pretty much the reason that Allie said yes to this business, because she went to an event and she heard Kelly's story, and Kelly's story resonated with her, and she came home that night and was like, I'm joining the team. So God bless Kelly Arter. But Kelly did this interview with Jennifer. This is so crazy. And she hears Jennifer's story, and Jennifer's like, this is what I need, and I would love for you to be an assistant. And, she kind of said, this is what we do, let me tell you. And Kelly literally, like at the end of it, was kind of like, I don't think she actually ever was Jennifer's assistant. You'll have to listen to the call, but I think I'm right on this. I think she said, well, being your assistant sounds great, but I think I'd rather do that other thing. Can I join your business? And so she joined her business. And she's an NMD, and she's got Donna Finzel, who's an NMD underneath her. So super cool. That's one of Jennifer's legs. Let's see. Another one of the stories was that, she named a bunch of them that were great. Another one was Julie Barra, and she was their assistant for a while, but she's an NMD. Then she had Sherilyn Felton, and there were like 2 or 3 NMDs, I think, from Julie Felton, and she was an assistant and then decided to join her business, which was super cool. And then Kim Zinn, she met her at some weird place. I don't know. Do you remember that one, Sue? She met Kim Zinn somewhere. But then here's the other one. She met Heather Allen at a garage sale, and Jennifer never stopped at garage sales, and Heather never had garage sales. But Heather randomly had one. Jennifer was running by with Michaela in the little jogger. Michaela was a baby. And Michaela's now like 24. And so she's running by, and she meets Heather Allen, who's now a country club on her team, and they start talking, and it was over golf clubs. And so you just never know. Then she says that she met this one woman at sushi, and I think she explains the story, but basically she ends up talking to this woman. They were never going to see her again, they thought, but they talked to her and told her a little bit about Juice Plus. And then she said, you guys, if I wouldn't have opened my mouth to her, we would have never met Dana, who then sponsored Linda Shellhammer, who then Linda Shellhammer is the reason that all of Shooting Stars is here. So like to hear that, I mean, I was like listening to this call just with my mind blown, thinking like these stories were one conversation away from never happening. Like I want that to sink in for a second, because I was like, I even knew this, but to hear it again, it just like kind of blew my mind. Because what if Peggy would have never reached out to Danette and told her like, hey, I see you're kind of eating weird. Maybe you need to hear about Juice Plus. And Peggy was so nervous to talk to Danette, but she sent her a messenger message, and then Danette deleted it. And then she sent her another one, and Danette deleted it again. But thankfully, Peggy didn't give up. And I think at one point then Danette finally was like, okay, I guess I'll talk to this girl. But the point being, what if you just didn't have that one conversation? Stacey, what if you never would have had that conversation with Jackie? You wouldn't even know Roxy, and she's your best friend. You know, like you just think about the stories Or I think about the fact that Allie's been in my life, like our whole lives, our parents were friends way before we were even born. But like how crazy, and I'm a lot older than Allie, but like you think about the fact that there are all these things where what if you just wouldn't have opened your mouth? You just never know. So that leads me to, I wanted to share, you guys all know the story about Catherine Lee and Deanna Christofferson, right? Meeting in the produce section. Best story ever. If you don't know it, find it. It's awesome. But again, like, do you guys know that Dr. Sears signed up underneath Deanna? So because Catherine finally answers Deanna when she's asking about produce in the produce section, and she decides to do that instead of just going home, Deanna joins her team, and then we get Dr. Sears out of that and a whole lot of other people. So it's just pretty cool. But hearing her say that, and she was like, gosh, you know, like you could see the emotion kind of behind these stories as she was saying them. Okay, hold on, I need a break. I'm getting too excited. My voice is going away. Okay. All right. I think that's kind of it. Yes. I'm just looking over both of my things. Okay. I think that's it, except I want to show you guys something. We're not going to take the time to watch it unless you guys want to. It's only like a 5-minute video. Well, do you guys want to watch it, or do you want us to watch it later? Yes? Okay, watch it. Okay, we're going to watch it. So, yeah, I think this is good. So we're going to watch this because it's talking about growing your paychecks, and I want you guys to watch this for you, and then I want you, this is your other part of your assignment, is to turn around and pass it to your team so that they can see it, okay? So hang on. Okay, and I'm going to show you where it is. So if you go to missiondrivenmodel.info, you click on coach. You see that? Except I can't see you, so if you can't see it, then somebody message me. Hold on.
We can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. I was like, wait, I can't see your faces. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So you go to Mission Driven Model, and then you click on Coach. You see that right here? Okay. There's a whole lot of great stuff here, but oops. Well, wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So from Coach, and then you're just going to scroll down, and we're going to watch this right now. We're going to watch Understanding the 511. Okay. Hang on a second.
Hi, I'm here to help you understand the 511 monthly habit. This habit has been done by some of the greatest leaders in our company, and I am sure it will transform your business as well. So the first thing you want to understand is that the company looks at 2 different types of numbers when you first start your business. The first set of numbers are called promotional points, and those are the ones that help you get to your HLP or your 2000 plus. And you can see those are highlighted here on the very first column. The second set of points that we talk about are called the paid PVC points. They're also known as monthly installment points. And these are the ones that we earn our commissions on and we earn our qualifying points on. And as you can see, if we're talking about the trio of capsules, you get 169 promotional points for the trio. And if you were to divide those promotional points by 4, because most of our customers pay in 4 installments, that number is 42 points. And that's where we get those 2 different numbers. And you can also see that we earn $39 retail profit for every trio. So let's jump into understanding the 511, and we're going to get into some math, and so I hope you'll stick with me until the end, and hopefully we can answer all your questions after the training. So let's talk about getting 5 new trio customers this month, and we're just going to talk about trio customers for simplicity, and you could do any combination of customers that you would like for your business. So 5 times 3 trios, you're going to earn $39 per trio just in retail profit. And you're also going to earn 42 paid PVC points on that trio. So it's 5 times 42 equals 210. And you're earning $195 in retail profit. And because you're at the 14% commission level, you multiply your 14% times the 210, and that's where we get $30 in commissions. So what if you also worked on getting one new teammate this month and you helped that person get to their HLP, or we sometimes call it the 500 plus. So they're bringing in 500 promotional points. You were to divide that into 4 installments to get your PVC number, and that is 125 PVC. Now you make the difference of commissions of where you're at and where the new teammate is at. And so you're earning 14% off of that 125 number. And so that's $18 for helping that person get to their 500 plus. So that's very exciting. This all adds up. So the next one in the 511 is helping that teammate you got last month to reach their 2,000 plus. So hopefully last month they reached their 500 points, and this month they're earning 1,500 points by becoming a 2,000 plus fast track. And if you were to divide 1,500 promotional points by 4 installments, you would get your paid PVC installment points. So that's 375. So we're going to get into some deeper math, so hang with me. So this is $49 in commissions for helping that new teammate from last month get to their 2,000 plus. And I'm going to break that down for you. You are at the 14% commission level, and your rep from last month is at the 6% commission level because they did their HLP. So the difference between that is 8%. And now if you are qualifying your business, the company wants to give you a 5% bonus. And we can explain what qualifying your business is on another training. But you would add that 5% bonus to the 8%, and that equals 13%. So you're earning 13% times 375, and that equals $49 in commissions. So as you can see, if you are working on qualifying your business, getting 1,000 paid PVC points per month to earn that 5% bonus, you have just added 710 points to help you qualify. So if you're hanging out at the 200, 300 a month PVC and you're wondering how to qualify your business, this is an easy and simple way to shoot for it. And you would earn 710 PVC points this month. You'd also increase your paycheck by $292. That's super exciting. And these are new dollars that are adding to whatever you've already built up in your business. Not to mention the bonus check that you would earn from getting that new teammate to their 2,000 plus. So we add that 300. And now you've earned 592 new dollars into your paycheck this month. That's very exciting. And I also want to note at this point that if you are at the sales coordinator level of 22%, all of these numbers shift up a little bit, and now your paycheck has increased by 648 possible dollars extra in your paycheck. So that's super exciting. So I hope that you will apply this habit to your business, even if you don't hit those 5 customers every single month, and even if you don't get your new teammate to their 2,000 plus, always work towards this 511 every single month, and you are going to love what it does to your business this year and beyond.
Okay, pretty cool. Did you all know that, or is that kind of new for some of you? I think it's always good to be reminded, right? Of just like, if you want your paycheck to grow, you just go do that. And Wendy Campbell calls it the Royal Crown, and that's literally how she says she got to NMB so fast. So I really want to encourage you guys, even if you already knew this, it's just a good reminder, but send it to your team, because I think for some people, if they were to see that and to really grasp it, I think that it's going to just continue to just move forward that much. And then if they're doing that every single month, you guys, I mean, obviously in a perfect world, this doesn't exactly happen that you have a new HLP and a new 2000 plus every month. But what if you had that goal? I think that's so powerful because then you're more likely to do it than if you just kind of hope to see where it's going to go. And yeah, Brad, I love that. You're going to pass it along to your new people. So anyway, you guys, it was good to see you tonight. And thanks for being on. Love you guys. Hector's looking great.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I've never seen that video before. Is that new? I mean, I've met Rachel.
I'm not sure if it's new. You know, they change mission-driven models so often. I can't really keep up with it all.
I like the visual, though. I think that's really good. I had a new rep who was 70 PVCs. She already had 600 points and did not complete her HLP.
Oh my gosh.
And Kristen and I worked with her, and I just don't know how to turn it around. I mean, I said to her, you do know what you're leaving on the table, right? Like I directly said that, but what else would you say to her? I mean, she has to want it. So Kristen's going to call her this week.
I would just, if it were me, and I'd love if anybody has any ideas, but I would just say, like, hey, I would love to talk about, like, I remember when you said this, is that still important to you? If she told you what she wanted when she started, or if she didn't ever tell you, you can say, hey, I just would love to know, like, what are you thinking that it would be like ideal that you want from this business? And maybe she'll tell you, hey, I just wanted to like pay for my own order, or maybe she'll just say, I just wanted to get it a little bit cheaper. Then you're going to know maybe she didn't want to go there. And then you could just say, hey, can I just share this with you? I know I've mentioned it before, but gosh, I just would love to see you do this. And, and you can just say it, but you can only go so far if they don't want it.
Yeah, I talk to her every few days. And she's moving to Annapolis, which will help. Her family's here. So
yeah,
I think once we can do events together, it'd be really good.
And you know what, honestly, Sue, sometimes like the not fear of loss, but what am I trying to say? Like if she does miss out on it, sometimes for people, it makes them, when they realize that later, they might go, oh, you know what? Like I could have done this and I didn't. And it makes them more hungry for it later. Oh my gosh, Allie, I'm dying. I had to make sure he wasn't in his underwear.
Gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay, you guys. Well, it was great to see you.
All right, say a prayer.